Okay, so first chord, D minor, this next progression, again, but this time we're starting at the 10th fret on the low E, borrowing my thumb over. If you can't use your thumb yet, don't worry, just keep going, you will get there eventually. It just takes time, it really does, it takes a long time, and it's kind of, like I say, it's kind of weaned out guitarists these days to use your thumb, but it's a great thing to get into, and I say, you got so much more freedom. So, D minor down here, 10th fret with my thumb, and it's also killing the A string. So that's, my thumb is just, muting the A string out. My ring finger then goes onto the 12th fret on the D string, and my first finger bars the G, B and high E strings on the 10th fret. So now that's my D minor. So we've gone from that one to this one. And you can see it's a lot brighter tonality to the chord. So that's the first one. The F is exactly the same. That hasn't changed at all. It's still, first finger and ring finger. Your C now is straight above that. So your thumb now now frets the 8th fret on the low E. And again, it kills the A string. And now we're going for the Hendrix style chord. So ring finger, 10th fret, D string. Middle finger, 9th fret, G string. And first finger is B and high E strings on the 8th fret. And same shape again, just shifted down to the 6th fret for your B flat major. So D, F, C and B flat. So this is the next progression, and with this one I'm going to teach you this. So, let's get started with that one. Okay, so first little twiddle is this one. So what I'm doing is I'm fretting that D note on the low E with my thumb. And I'm kind of playing an octave chord here. So my ring finger is on the 12th fret on the D string, which is a D note. And I'm basically just kind of like... So it's 12th fret, D string, and then I go down to the 10th fret, G, and it's a hammer on, pull off again. All while the time I'm got that D note. Super, super slow. So that's the first one. The next one, the F, is exactly the same as the one I showed you before. So it's just that. And then you go to your C. And what you do here again is you're fretting the bass note before you put in the chord down. So you're doing that. And really hammer that C, that bass note. And then once you get to your B, all you're doing on your B is adding your little finger onto the 8th fret on your high E. And you can keep it on there, you can hammer it on, you can do all sorts of stuff. So so it's like, so it's on, still on, and then it's a pull off. So it's just on the end of the chord. So really, really slow, the whole thing is this. It's really, it's very John, it's very John. And another thing you can do at the end, when you get to that B, instead of going, you can go, which again is a very, very John thing to do to kind of like, it's kind of created a bass line, so to say. So, when you get to that B flat, no, you're going, So I just want to go make sure I know what I'm doing before we do it. So it's your B note, and then you hammer onto your C note on the, which is 8th fret, and then then you go down to your 6th fret on your A, and then back to your C note, 8th fret, and then back to the 6th fret on the A string, and then you slide up to your D note. So, you know, you could do. There's literally, again, like I say, there's so much you can do, and it's so much fun sitting down and figuring out what works and what doesn't. It's really good fun. So that's the first one. You know, and that's, you know, that's in the style of John, definitely. And there's another little twiddle you can do, and again, the twiddles, you don't have to do them. If you just want to do the one on the B flat, just do the one on the B flat, just play the chord. Or do them at all, or just do the F. Yeah, there is so much there's so many possibilities. I just can't cover them in one video. It'll be like an 18 hour long video. Which will be fun, but I know you're busy people and you have things to do. So, next one you could do is this one. So, all the little twiddles where I'm playing the D are coming out of a D minor pentatonic. So if you know your pentatonic scale, it's just theirs. So all the little twiddles are basically coming out of that, and this little one, it's just coming out the bottom half of the pentatonic scale. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the D note on the 10th fret with my thumb on the low E, and this first finger is barring, I say, those bottom 3 strings, but I'm only really playing these 2. I'm only playing the G and the B, and I'm hitting the B string first, and it's a hammer on from the 10th fret to the 13th. And then I pull off, and I finish up on the 10th fret on the G. And you can hear the rhythm on that low, the D note on the low E string. That's the rhythm before the twiddle. And that does take a bit of time to getting used to kind of like, you know, getting this hand accurate where you want to be going. Because you've got your D string open, and you can hit that. Which, considering you're playing the D chord, doesn't actually matter, but it is kind of quite, it's kind of dominating sound when you do hit it. It's best not to. It's a lot cleaner if you don't. So that's that one. Really slow. Next one, your F, we'll keep that one as the same, and then when you get to your C chord, we're gonna either add this note, or this note. So with your little finger, so that one, or that one into the chord. You can add any one you want, and they'll fit in like this. Oh, I'm in a minor. You know, and you got your diddly dums in there as well. You can do the under the bridge one, and the same with the B flat. There's countless fun to be had with this. It really is. I can't stress enough how fun it is to just sit and mess about. It's so much fun. So I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing there and get some ideas of your own, and then just kind of like go away and just kind of, you know, sit with your guitar and mess around with it, because it's really key for this. I said it before. It's really key for this to really stick in your head. It's really key for these little things to stick in your head. So that's basically all I kind of want to cover with that at this point in time. So I've kind of shown you the. which is so typically John. And it's always important when you're doing kind of bass notes to really dig in hard, just like John does. Especially like, you know, you hear things like the bedroom lick. I'll do a whole lesson on the bedroom room lick. Even though it was recorded in his living room, I don't know why it got called the bedroom lick when it actually recorded in his front room of his apartment. But anyway, moving along. So that's some basic ideas of what you can kind of go away with and mess around with in the style of John. So now I'm going to show you some songs. I'm going to tell you the first section of I Could Have Lied, and then I'm going to show you the first section of Wet Sand. I'm not going to do the twiddles in Wet Sand, I just want to show you the basic chords, and then I'm going to end teaching the riff to Snow. So, let's get on with I Could Have Lied. Okay, so I want to show you I Could Die For You Off, by the way, because it's got some awesome chords in it, and they're really big stretch chords, and it'll give your hand a bit of a workout doing, you know, chords, and it also gives you a real, you know, gives you the ability to kind of learn these chords and kind of go away and kind of like stick them into like other little different things or little John ideas of your own, so to say. So, the first chord you play is just an A major. So you've got your A string open, and then you bar your D, G and B strings with your first finger. And then you add in the G sharp note, 4th fret high E, and it turns it into a major 7. And that comes in when, well, I'll show you. This is a real nice kind of floaty kind of intro to the song. So next chord is a very interesting chord. It's a D major 7 but with an F sharp in the bass of it. So you've got your first finger barring the G, B and high E strings on the 2nd fret, and you've got your thumb fretting the F sharp note, which is your 2nd fret on your low E string, and my thumb is killing the A string, and you can play the open D string. I find it's cleaner without it, but you can put it in if you want. So I'm killing the D string at this point in time with my first finger. So that's your first chord. That's the first chord of a verse. Then the next one is a C sharp 7, which is this. So first finger, 4th fret, A string, bar your D, G and B strings with your ring finger on the 6th fret, and your little finger, this is where things start to get like stretcherooey, goes onto the 7th fret on the high E. So the whole thing so far. And these stretch chords you have to play with your thumb behind the note. So there will be no thumb over the top in this song mostly. So that's over top, that's behind. So that's the next one, and then next one is like an A minor kind of 7, but it's kind of strange because you got this extra note. So basically your first finger is on the A note on the low E on the 5th fret, ring finger 7th fret A string, D string is not played. Your middle finger wants to be on the 6th fret on the G string, and then you want to be reaching your little finger all the way out to the 9th fret. Now it is one hell of a stretch. My thumb is there on the neck, and that gives you that. So that's your A, and then your next one is a B add 11, B minor add 11, and this is a mega chord, which is this. And I say these are, you know, if you're just getting into John and playing like him, these are fairly advanced chords, and you know, it just takes time to get comfortable with them, but you know, you will get there eventually. It just takes time. Don't push it, like, you know, don't, if it hurts, stop. Simple as that. So this is the B minor add 11. So basically your middle finger is on the 9th fret on the D string, first finger's barring the G, B and high E on the 7th, and your little finger stretches all the way out to the 12th fret on the high E. So from that, and it's key when changing from the A to the B that this right hand is accurate not to hit the low E and the A strings. You want to be hitting the D string downward only. Otherwise you get this. And that's not a nice chord. So the whole thing. And I say that does take time. Get comfortable with getting your fingers in the right place of the chords, really. And as I say, if it starts to hurt, go away, do something simpler. Your hand will stretch and it will learn.